You're no more. I like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back. I'm going back. I like me better when I wasn't yours. I like me better. I like me better, babe. I like me better when I wasn't yours. I like me better. Yeah. Hey, I gave you all that you asked for me. Hey, if y'all would like to hear more of that song, please indeed check out Paris Alexa on YouTube. And I believe that song is called I Like Me Better. But that is not why we are here today. We are here today because Kmichelle, just like the cat out the gosh darn it bag on today. So I was browsing Twitter and I come across this video, Kmichelle exposing Tamar Braxton, and I felt like this was news that y'all could use. Check it out.
It's best that I don't it's best that I don't put out this mouth. Because when I start talking, like you can't go around talking about nobody when you sleeping with a married man. When you were sleeping with a married man, you were sleeping with Jermaine Dupri daddy. I used to Jermaine Dupri daddy. It's me, not Jermaine Dupri mama. But you want to talk to me? You want to talk about me? I don't marry me. But you so home. Rice and beans and carrots. Rice and beans and carrots. Telling the truth. I ain't never got drugs up out that elevator.
What?
You know who you are. Get drugs up out that elevator. Next. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you
doing? Okay, Kmichelle is a fool. But all this made me wonder was, first I was like, was she talking about Tamar? Or is she talking about Candy? But then she said that they all up into church. So I'm like, hell yeah. Kmichelle is talking about Tamar and saying that Jermaine Dupri mama had a whole tussle with Tamar in the elevator like Jay-Z and Solange. Tamar Braxton, I know you was not down there sleeping with no married men. Fucking on Jermaine Dupri daddy. And I wanted to know, why is Jermaine Dupri daddy such a prize? Because we all know that Candy was also accused of sleeping with Jermaine Dupri daddy. So I said, let's go see what Jermaine Dupri daddy looked like. Because I'm thinking he gonna be like some fine, older gentleman. This is Jermaine Dupri's father. This man right here. That's not him. Well, maybe that is him too with a beard. I don't know. But this is the man that the whole Atlanta been running through. And I want to ask Jermaine Dupri why he's setting his mama up like that for his daddy to be running through all these celebrity hoes. And yeah, he got money. I want to know, why is Jermaine Dupri setting it up for all these celebrity hoes to be running through his daddy? And they say all of Tamar sisters are some whores and be sleeping with married men. Ooh, Jermaine Dupri, he is hard to look at sometimes. Is that his daddy? Yep. Jermaine Dupri, let me help me wish my daddy a happy birthday. Yep, that's his father. He got money. I guess he paid the cost to be the boss, but these whores are really whores. And I don't know if all this happened because Tamar had said she wanted to do a versus battle with Kmichelle, but I'm just like, what is the straw that broke the camel's back this time? Because Kmichelle and Tamar are always beefing. Jermaine Dupri daddy, is a whore in Atlanta. First Candy, now Tamar. Who else has his father slept with his knowledge? This couldn't be my mama husband, because guess what? He is still married to JD mama. I'm sure all they want is his money, but that's just disgusting. For real, Mimi? That's crazy. That's some more pass around that shit. And then not only is you passing him around, you passing the old ass nigga around. I'm like, they didn't pilt this nigga up out of Shady Pines, fucking on people daddy, getting beat up in the elevator. That's a lot. And we know Tamar can't fight. She always be running from her sisters. So Jermaine Dupri daddy must be a big ass trick in Atlanta if he got all these hoes fucking on him. How do you? That's just disgusting. I thought that Tamar, and after I saw Tamar Braxton on the show with Claudia Jordan, and her and Claudia Jordan had pieced it up and talked about their issues, I thought that her and Kmichelle would be next. Like, okay, let's piece up our issues. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Black women are being slaughtered. They're being executed. We have ethnic cleansing going on. Let's piece it up. And then you wake up today and you're just like, oh, shit. You was getting dog walked in the elevator. Oh, his daddy was a music executive too. He ran Columbia Records. Oh, he do got money, huh? Yeah, the STD rates in Atlanta are just astronomical. I wonder what really sparked Kmichelle to step off the porch. Like, she came out the bushes and she's all the way off the porch. I didn't see Tamar say anything negative about her in these last weeks. I wonder why Jermaine Dupri never went and got braces, like, to fix his mouth. Because that's what's ugly about him is his teeth. All that money. Or did he recently? Let's see. Do they got a picture of him with his mouth open? Oh, the Great Juice is talking about it. Kmichelle reignites Tamar Braxton feud. You sleeping with Jermaine Dupri daddy. Oh, she's still doing a country album? Atlanta seems small and nasty. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know this. Tamar was on the Queen Supreme Court with Madison and said she would participate in the versus battle against Kmichelle. But she said, Kmichelle said, I've been fighting my whole motherfucking life, and now I'm supposed to fight a bitch with no edges. Ooh, I'm supposed to fight a Muppet? How do you slay a Muppet that's still talking shit and running her motherfucking mouth? Y'all want me to fight a cartoon character? Oh, I didn't even hear that in the clip. It must be a longer clip. Because I definitely didn't hear Kmichelle say that. That's a lot. Oh, she going in. And we know Tamar cannot take Kmichelle going in on her. She finna be somewhere crying in a closet. But yeah, Kmichelle ain't never gonna be their friends because, and I stand by Kmichelle. Memphis obviously was abusive as fuck. We saw him on Marriage Boot Camp. Looked like he was finna beat Toya face in. We all knew that Kmichelle wasn't lying. You don't keep remembering that same event over and over again of a man beating your ass while he's dragging you across the hotel carpet. Like, she remembered every detail because it's true. And for Toya, Tamar, all of those women, to say that she was lying, that was just disgusting. And Tamar, the whole time, Kmichelle's telling us her story about when Memphis beat the fuck out of her. Tamar was supposedly on the elevator getting her ass beat by Vince. But you're sitting on social media trying to drag a woman for telling her story of the horrible abuse she suffered by the hands of a black man. See, these women, it sucks because women are the ones that always invalidate us. Just because it didn't happen to you yet, don't invalidate me. Just because he's a good man to you now, don't invalidate what happened to me. Because it really happened to me. Why do I have to lie to you about a nigga putting his hands on me? That's so sacrilege. That actually goes against our culture. We are the culture of what happens in your house stays in your house. So, bitch, if I step outside of my house and tell you what happened to me, you better believe me. The first time, I would never make up with Tamar. I would drag Tamar every day of her life. I would drag Rashida the Rotten Peach every day of her life. And I would drag Toya every day of her life. What you're not going to do is invalidate my abuse. What you're not going to do is tell me I'm making up a false story because you want to save a nigga. No, take your cape off, sis, because the same signs that I was and warnings I was giving y'all, your friend went through it. And look at karma. Like, I'm not saying that that's the karmic response that should have happened towards that situation, but I swear, Kmichelle was over there doing her own thing with her own TV show. And Memphis was over there being abusive to Toya in the world as the world watched. Oh, they found a little girl hanging. They sure did. They're calling it a suicide. I don't know what's going on with all these hangings, all these lynchings. It's just a lot going on, but I didn't want to do nothing heavy today. I didn't want to do anything heavy today. You should always try to have some downtime. Because if you're constantly consuming murder and mayhem and all of those things, you can easily fall into a deep depression. And we don't want that. So self-care is the best care. If that means putting your foot in a little foot spa thing and doing your nails and toes. Everybody's doing press-on nail tutorials now since nobody wants to go to the nail shop, even though I see hella broads at the nail shop. These hoes is crazy. Everybody's sons got haircuts. My son's out here looking like Wolfman because I'm not taking them to the barbershop so that they could die. I'm sorry. I'm still scared of the coronavirus. But the whole Kmichelle situation just goes to show you that the most disrespected person in the world is the black woman, and nobody wants to protect the black woman, and nobody believes black women when we tell our story. Yeah. They don't want people to know. See, they still have not. See, me, if I realized that I made a mistake and I didn't believe somebody's story and I invalidated them and I made them feel less of and I enraged them by calling them a liar, I would come out publicly and apologize and say, hey, I wasn't in that household. I was just going by the front that they was putting on in front of us. I didn't know that he was a violent black man. How hard is that? It's so easy to say, guess what? I was wrong. None of them broads have reached out to her. I remember somebody had asked her, did anybody reach out to her? She said, nope, nobody never reached out to me. And the thing about Vince supposedly beating up Tamar, okay, remember how I just said people don't want to believe people? Well, guess what? I honestly do not believe Vince was beating the fuck out of Tamar. And this is the only reason why. Her mama said Vince had her on the elevator whooping her ass. So her mama took the baby and ran into the room and locked the door, right? When have y'all ever seen, what's her name? I was going to call her Miss Evelyn, but that's my grandma's name. When have y'all, is her name Evelyn? We are the Braxtons and you'll see. We are the, yeah, Miss E. Yes, that is her name. Her and my grandma have the same name. But when have you ever seen Miss Evelyn back down and run from a motherfucking fight? And then not only is she a mother, she got hella mothers. Ain't nobody's motherfucking mama fits to run and dodge when a nigga is beating on them. I just didn't understand it. And then Tamar got all those sisters. Y'all know I have 12 sisters. If I call my sister say this nigga putting his hands on me, they gonna be there. We finna jump him. They're not gonna let years and years and years and years and years and years and years of abuse pile up. Something about that whole situation seemed unauthentic to me. And then the following year, when it said Vince was losing all his money, Vince's houses was getting foreclosed on, Vince owed this much to the bank, Vince owed that much, then it all made sense. Bitch, your rich ass life was finna start crumbling around you, and you had to get out however you could. She said Vince was controlling her. Who you know be jumping on the tables, on top of tables, talking shit to a nigga that's beating on them? That's not how that really, every situation is different, but Tamar, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't feel like yeah, they say Tiny was a whore. They say Candy was a big old hoe back in the day. And Tiny and this whole 2 eye situation. That's what I wanted to talk about. What's her name? Deja, the daughter. Deja had came out on Instagram and had made this long ass post. And it was insinuating that she had been molested as a child and nobody wanted her to tell her story, and people weren't ready for her to tell her story. So my thing with T.I. was, if you know that these things have happened to your child, why are you re-victimizing her? Checking her hymen? I just thought that just sounds disgusting and evasive as fuck as a father. And I watched the last episode, and Tiny said she has a mother. I'm not gonna step into that. And I was just like, that's just so weird. You've been knowing this little girl all her life, and you don't feel like, as someone's wife and as a mother, that you can voice your opinion on a grown ass man taking a teenage girl to go make sure she still have her hymen intact because she snuck out the house. Do you know that I can't eat? My son is 14, but once he turned 13, I couldn't even see his shot records. He has to give me permission to see his shot records. Therefore, Deja had to give T.I. permission to see her records to see if her hymen was intact. That is so disgusting. And I feel like all these hoes care about is money, because where was the mother at? You got this grown ass, retarded ass man sitting up there telling his son go be a baby daddy, letting his son drink alcohol on trips. His son is only 13 or 14. You think he, in his brain, his son is already fucking his ugly ass son. He really thinks somebody is finna fuck Fire Marshal Bill. That little boy is ugly as fuck. And yet you're treating this little girl like you're every time you take her to the gynecologist to get her hymen checked, that's like slut shaming. Stay out of that little girl vagina. I just couldn't imagine my whole ass father, Clifford, the little red dog, trying to pull me up to the clinic so they could tell him about my vagina. No, first of all, sir, let's talk about your dick. Let's talk about how you didn't have all these babies on Tiny, how you didn't fuck all these hoes on Tiny. Let's talk about the last protest, Clifford, the little red dog, that you went to for the bitch in the restaurant, when the restaurant was discriminating against the little light-skinned broad. But then we caught you fucking the same broad that you was supposed to be helping protest because they discriminated against her. Clifford, you ran your big little red ass down to that motherfucking restaurant because you saw that little girl on TV and you wanted to fuck her. But you worried about what Deja doing. That is crazy to me. He would never do that to Tiny older daughter. Where is her mother? Like, I just did it. He tried to call me like, my dad trying to take me to the clinic. Talk about he needs to see if my hymen in check. I'm calling the police because something is wrong with this 50, and he needs to go to John George. He needs to be on a 48-hour 5150 hoe because you're not finna take my daughter nowhere to have people going up in between her legs to be checking her. First of all, every time I go to the gynecologist, it feels like a violation. So every time I have to go get my uterus checked every 6 months, it feels like a violation. So imagine a young girl, a virgin at that, in her child, he would have been in jail. He moves like a fucking predator. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one molesting her. He moves like a predator, and every time he goes in to kiss her or give her a hug, she recoils. Like, who does that? What's going on up over there? Something ain't right in the water, and everything that don't come out in the wash will definitely come out in the rinse. Ti, I'm not feeling you. I didn't understand that interaction. Why is he like this? And then all the women in his family scared to say something. You surrounded by all these supposed, well, we know Tiny weak as fuck. His mama said something, yes, but to me, she didn't say enough. Y'all let this nigga rule y'all lives like he's a fucking tyrant. He kept Tiny in a little bitty mommy box for years. She couldn't even sing her passion. As soon as he saw her elevating and scaling, he swooped right back into her life. And she was like, fuck it, I get my own house. I get a divorce. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'm finna go back on the road singing. Then guess who you seen opening up for Escape? Clifford, the little red dog, because he can't take it. The older daughter, baby daddy, yeah, I see them. And he was mad too because they try to act like he wasn't a father to her. T.I. is very controlling, very misogynistic, and he's very dumb. He knows a lot of GRE words, but he do not know the definitions. And he do not know how to apply that bullshit that be spewing out his throat to his life. Can't no man tell me nothing about nothing that can't keep his home intact, that can't stay faithful to his wife, that can't stop violating his own daughter. You think Tiny finna let him take Eris to the yeah, she will. I was finna say, do you think Tiny will let him take Eris to the gynecologist to get her hymen checked once she turns 16? She probably would. That's a weak ass hoe. You gonna keep allowing us to see that you weak as fuck? Like, their marriage, man. They are not goals. And they are just not goals. How can you encourage your son to be a baby daddy, to be a nothing ass nigga? Oh, King, he don't like school. Oh, he failing already. I mean, just like nonchalant. But then be team tough on your daughters. That's what's wrong in the black household. Me and my daddy have issues because I'm not with the shit at all. At all. What else happened? Ti and Deja happened. Kmichelle, top of the blogs, top of the blogs. Kmichelle and Tamar. It was something else that happened that don't have nothing to do with all these senseless acts of violence going on. Oh, Twitter got voice notes, but I don't know how to get it. Twitter now has updated with voice notes. Thank you, Elsie. Thank you. There is really nothing else that happened that was funny. Oh, that's so Raven. Raven married a white woman. Raven been hiding her wife from the world. Raven Simone. It's a future I can see. Let's see. Let's see Raven's new wife. Yep, Raven Simone got married, y'all. I got married to a woman who understands me from trigger to joy, from breakfast to midnight snack, from stage to home. The actress wrote, I love you, Miss Perman Madej. The former child star full name is Raven Simone Christina. That's too much information. Thank you to all those who helped and for those who understood why it was small during this time. Oh, okay. Where are the rest of the pictures? That was anticlimactic. Like, what the fuck? That's the only picture that she posted of the wife. So Raven Simone is married. Black Lives Matter. All Black Lives. I'm older than Raven. Gosh, she's aging like Swiss cheese. Jesus. Uh-oh, grab her by the pussy ass, Ray. Oh, look. Raven is grabbing her wife by the pussy. Ooh, she said, I never thought I would come out because my personal life didn't matter. It only mattered what could be sold as part of the Raven Simone brand. Okay, queens. Okay. So yeah, Raven Simone got married. Delicious got married. A couple of the racist broads from Vanderpump Rules, Stassi and God, what is that other girl's name? Got fired for being racist towards the black girl on the show that was fucking on Jax while he was cheating on Brittany. What else happened? I think that's all the news I could use. That's everything that I've been tapped into while I've been tapped out of everything that is going on in the world. I do encourage people, if you are consuming so much black trauma like all the time and you're talking about it to people and you're spreading information, you have to take like sick days. You need a sick day. You need a day of to recuperate and to put different images into your mind because you can't keep consuming all this black trauma all day or you're going to be stressed and depressed, believe me. So please take self-care days while all of this is going on in the world because the world needs you. Well, I don't care about Lil Nas X and Nicki Minaj. What Lil Nas X said to Nicki Minaj was, I didn't tell people I was a barb because then everybody would know that I was gay. And people are acting like all of the male barbs aren't gay. What he said was true. Like if he would have said, yeah, I'm a barb, people would have been like, oh, he gay. Oh, okay. And that's the honest to God truth. Okay, you guys, that's all. I really just wanted to come on here and talk about Tamar and Kmichelle, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Tomorrow it will be we'll talk about what's going on with all these lynchings tomorrow morning. I'll make a live stream, so please hit the set reminder for that one if you want to know about what's going on in the world right now with Black people, because Black Lives Matter.